Hey guys, Hair by Jess here. As you can see the final look. So this is a bit of a multi-part type of ordeal that we're going to get ready to slay. Hair, makeup, and then I have a little surprise for you guys, which I will not announce. You guys will just have to sign up and hit your post notifications, hit that bell, and then hit all notifications. That's my little surprise and treat to you guys that have been watching me, liking, sharing, also to those subscribing. If you are not subscribed, 3 things for you before we get started. Makeup first. Smash that like button, smash it up in the comments, and smash that subscribe button. All right, let's get started. And you know that any video in this series, just announcements, starts with me letting my curls out. So as you can see, this is washed, picked out, which I'm going to pick out some more. I did not have my, could not find actually, my fine tooth comb with the pointy end. So I just use the nearest ink pen. I do not recommend it, especially if you already have one of those pointy pens, pointy fine tooth combs to do it. Anywho, I'm using Murray's Edge Wax to lay it down, slick it down. So, fun fact, I did start this hairstyle late at night, of which you're seeing. This is some of the footage. Yeah, I was a night owl starting this hairstyle, but I did go to bed before deciding to finish it because I needed my rest and I need to be at my optimal strength to finish it for the final reveal. And as always, you guys know I will chime in whenever it is necessary. And as you can see, I'm kind of perfectionistic. I don't know where that was going. I'm kind of perfectionist there we go. when it comes to my haircut, I like for it to be neat. The same can be said when I'm doing anyone else's hair. So I was just making sure that I parted it and the part was clean prior to me executing the rest of the style, the next parts of the style. So this back portion here, I'm just detangling first before I part. Otherwise, you'll be snagging your hair and you'll hear those snap, crackle, pops. Snap, crackles, snaps. You ladies know what I'm talking about with 4C type hair. You're not going to run no comb. You are not going to run a comb through 4C hair with ease without properly detangling, which is from end to root. Start at the ends of your hair and work your way upward. Yes. Okay. And now I have it one on each side with similar type parting and shapes. And I'm just twisting that down to the end because I did that to the opposite side. Yeah, finally found my wide tooth big black comb. Yes. All right, so finally after all that detangling, yes. Then I proceed to go ahead and part my back section. So essentially, I had wind up having, before I connected everything together, 4 sections parted in the back, following up to the crown, and then my top part, 3 sections. That was the Eco Styler. Argan oil, by the way. Yes. Now, as you can see, my pet peeve is kicked in. I saw hair in that hair product. I picked it out. If you haven't caught on by now, watch my other videos. Especially where I'm styling my natural hair or wig, and I start bringing out those products. And before I start, you see me looking rather intensely in the jar. It's because hair is in there. I don't start digging into it right away and using the hair product. Something's in it, and we're going to get the hair out. That's just me. And as you can see, I started this part into 3 sections. But what you're going to see in a moment is when I started braiding this section, my idea was to braid the sections and then connect them upwards to make like a high bun. Or just connect them together at my crown. But when working out, so I said, you know what? We're going to bring the little black rubber bands out. You know, comes in the pack of 500. I don't know how many that is. I just had them there. So we're going to use them. All right, so this is once I got 3 out of 4 parts in the back. We're just talking about just the back section, not the rest, not the front. I'll put that Eco. Now I'm heavy-handed with products, same like I am with setting spray. So what I would do is part a section, take the Eco, run it through it first before I start gathering it together. Take 2 rubber bands for each one of those sections that you see. Then tie the rubber band around it. Then start braiding the hair down. But as I was braiding down, it was so slippery because all that product was coming out. That's when you know you're heavy-handed, okay? Ain't nothing wrong with it, but if you know you're heavy-handed, cool. Just get a system in place. After a while, whatever was coming out of my hair, as far as the product, Eco Styler Gel, I would run it down the shaft of my hair after I braided it down, each section, and then use it for the next section. Then when I got tired, I started wiping my hand on a towel, wiping my hand onto the towel near me. Because I'm like, goodness, my hand's starting to feel slimy. No Nickelodeon here. Okay. we don't need the slimy hands while we're trying to, you know, grip and braid your hair. It's one of the beautiful advantages of type 4C hair, Eco Styler, and when they combine together. Yes. You see all that nice jet black from the Lord Almighty. Yes. And I know some people just quick opinion. Some people don't celebrate 4C hair, but you should, whether you have it or not. Because in a mini fro, it's beautiful. With Eco Styler, it's beautiful. In finger waves, it's beautiful. Relaxed or natural, permed or natural, it's absolutely beautiful. Medium length, waist length, shoulder length. Yes, it is a bit of hassle to handle, but only if you don't know how to handle it. But this texture is absolutely, positively gorgeous. Shout out to the 4C type hair girls. If you're watching, smash that like button, smash that share button, and share it with your friends. And tell them to smash the subscribe button as well. And this is a part I was just talking about moments ago. There was so much product in Eco Styler gel, I started to get a towel instead of, you know, whatever came off on my hands to use it in another section. I started running it down the shaft of those braids on the towel to absorb the rest because I used so much. All right. And I don't know if you guys noticed as well, I took my mirror. There you go. You see it? You see it. I put it in front of me while the back of my head was facing towards you guys. So that way I could see better what I was doing on my end in the front. So I'm just gathering the sections together, just like what I was talking about, because I'm going to work my way upwards for those braids to come all together. My vision was, okay, we're going to part these sections, do like what I'm doing right now, and pull it together like that. That's not a bun. That's not a bun. That's not a bun. It's not. So I said, okay, what do I do? Because I wasn't sure at this point. I'm like, man, this is not a bun. I said, let's just start on these side braids. I'm using the Shining Jam. One thing I noticed about this jam, I don't use it often, and it says it's good for braiding. The texture is absolutely incredible. It dries quick, so you have to work fast. You have to be a fast worker, a fast braider. Very efficient with this gel. FYI. So, and you'll see that I'll start braiding, but then undo it because certain parts of the hair I want to gather to the 3 pieces of me braiding and cornrowing my hair downward were not working the way I wanted it. Yeah, and so I started over. Don't be afraid to do that. I mean, just don't be afraid at all to do that. If you want it to look neat, take all the time you need. I mean, I honestly thought once I washed my hair prior to doing this, that is a pack of Conacolon braiding hair 99J. Bought 1 pack from AliExpress before the lockdown. I got it weeks before the lockdown, so no worries. Okay, but anywho, yeah, you have to be a fast worker with that. I mean, honestly, when I pictured this style, I thought, look at the color. Okay, let me stay on track. I honestly thought that I'd be done with this in maybe 3 to 4 hours. No, this was nearly an all-day event. Because there's detangling, then there's sectioning, parting, getting your gel and Shining Jam down so you can lay it down the way you want it to, and for it to look neat. I mean, if you want it to look raggedy, then of course, you know, in no time flat, it'll look sloppy. But I just halfway through this, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to take my time. I don't have anywhere to be, you know. Clink, clink. I don't know if anybody caught that. So why not take my time? I want it to look neat. And I know a style like this will probably at the most last a week. More than likely, I still won't have anywhere to go. You know, clink, clink. I don't know if anybody is noticing the hints there. But you ladies and gents will see, and that's me starting over because it didn't look right to me. You'll see the final reveal, but just don't be afraid to take your time. I think with the way things currently are, it's so fast-paced, it's important to fall back in love with the ideal of taking your time. I think that's happening in the midst of this clink clink. I promise that's the last last time I'll refer to that. I'll do my very best. Yeah, that's that hair that from all that detangling and from getting in the Eco Styler gel. I just gather it up, and I have, you don't see it, but I have a trash can on one side next to me, so I can just put it right in there. Granted, some of it falls on the floor while you're detangling hair, but ultimately you can always sweep that up after you're done. Yeah, and I most certainly did. It's worth you taking the time. Fall back in love with taking your time, not just with your hair, but with anything that is worthwhile in life. Definitely do that. You guys are seeing me use the feed-in method for these braids. I knew when I envisioned this style, especially with the feed-in braids part, I said I have to start it with my hair, but then feed in at least 3 pieces. I didn't decide the 3 pieces until I actually was starting to do this, but I knew I had to do the feed-in braids part for it to look the way that I wanted it to look. And I said, okay, I got 99J color braiding hair. Okay, that'll work. And notice I'm kind of color coordinating here. Hint, hint, shirt. Yeah. And the reason why I'm reaching forward is because I had the open jar of Shine and Dram sitting directly in front of my mirror. And that is me adding the 3rd and final piece to it. And so as you can see how long that braid is, that makes it waist length. I definitely wanted these to be long. So to have a nice sleek style up front, a sleek bun was how I envisioned it. But we don't have a bun up there, so we got to figure it out. That you guys will see later. And then the feed-in braids, waist length. That I figured that would be the statement of the whole hairstyle. And here you guys see me kind of working out that last piece. So some of my own hair was sticking out. It's a little 4C hair struggle. So I took the actual time to undo it and use some Shine and Jam and try to smooth that out, because I did not want janky pieces sticking on the outside of my braids when I've spent all this time slicking it down, and I got the products to do it where it can lay down and stay down until I get ready to take it down. Okay, that part. So finally, I got down to doing that, and so I am just braiding that down really fast. I think I was already braiding fast, but I think I fast forwarded that clip. Alright, so this is the finished product. I was kind of janky on that side as far as feeding it in, but ultimately they both came out okay. And that top part, we got to do something about it. Crochet needle and crochet hair. Yes, I just had that laying around, so I said, you know what, we're gonna make this work. It's not a bun, and we're not gonna walk around with me just with the way it is with my feed-in braids. No. All right, so we split, well, I split each piece of this, and I used one whole bundle out of this, and that bottom bundle, one piece, about half out of that. And so I used that to crochet just that top section that I thought was going to connect into a bun, which it most certainly did not do that. Yeah. And at one point I was thinking, okay, if it doesn't connect into a bun, when I figured out it wouldn't do that, to unbraid all the ends, but I'm like, no, because I was thinking, I just don't, the way I envision the style, I didn't really want too much of my hair out. That's kind of defeating the purpose of a protective style. Yes. So that is after I had crocheted to up until this point. But I also wanted to hide the band, and that was over well over 20-25 minutes of footage. So I only put a little bit in here showing you guys a little bit of what I was doing. And as this video is already crossed just 20-minute mark, yes, but I at least wanted to show you guys just little tidbits and pieces of what it took for me to create this style. And I absolutely love how it came out. Now, I got this idea at the very last moment after I was finished crocheting that top part. You know how goddess braids became popular in the last year or two? I wanted that same thing, so we have now turned the side feed-in braids, the feed-in braids on the side, into goddess feed-in braids, just by using that very small crochet micro latch hook needle. You guys saw at the beginning of that clip, and I'm just simply crocheting through one or two of the folds of the braid, and just pulling more hair from that crochet hair, and just pulling out very small strands and crocheting it through once or twice, or either slip knotting it all the way down on both sides, and both sides of those braids, nearly all the way down. And this is the final result without makeup before I did it. And this is after I did my makeup. Until next time,